This month, on a brand new Do It for the Underground, we've got all kinds of low-key news. The gods of evil finally rised, and Ouija Macc's brand new album Chlorine coming at ya. Hello and welcome to a brand new May. Spring is springing. Spring is sprung. I think summer is any day now. I'm not a weatherman, but I could be if I put my mind to it. And I think that is a lesson for all of us to take in. If you put your mind to something, you can succeed at it. So if you want to be a weatherman, go fucking nuts. I don't know. This is off the rails already. How are you doing, you little sons of guns, you little audience, you little cutie pies, you little tuggalos? Diff tug warriors is a phrase we've never used and probably will never use again. Welcome. You out there? You tugging? You diffing? That's not. Using different gel shampoo for your dandruff? Listen, we got a giant action-packed fucking show for you today, okay? There's secrets to be unveiled. There's long-awaited albums to be discussed. There's live footage. There's new music. All the shit you want from a Do It for the Underground. We brought it. We didn't say we're skimping this. Hey, it's May. My birthday month. Cards and letters. Send them. We didn't say, hey, it's your birthday this month. Skimp on it. Put together a shitty episode. No. We said, maybe do it better than ever. Okay, fine. I will. Old fucking Daddy Diff Tug will get his editing and fucking news reporting pants on and report the news to you, the viewer, because you deserve it. Okay? Sorry. You deserve it. You earned it. You worked hard all month, just chipping away at the mines or whatever you fucking idiots do at home. What I'm saying is, we're back. It's another month. It's May. We've got a ton of shit for you, so let's get right into it. Today, we've got Fatz King live on location from the Gods of Evil Rise release party. Fatz went out there. He talked to fans and artists alike. We've got a Lee Carver interview, a very rare, very exclusive Lee Carver interview today, talking all about Gods of Evil Rise. We even got a few words from Mr. Eight Legs from the super famous Fun Time Guys. Some of his thoughts on Gods of Evil Rise. So you are not going to want to miss that. We've also got, of course, as always, a new music roundup coming. Huge month. Obviously, the aforementioned Gods of Evil Rise. We've also got Chlorine, the brand new album from Ouija Macc, Limbus from the Hooligans, and a bunch, probably like 300 singles, probably at least 300 singles to talk about today. It's a stacked month. But first, we got to talk about Loki. This mother effer, Loki, has been going digital media bonkers. This guy's losing his media marbles. The amount of internet content you wouldn't believe. So we're going to run it down right now. Top to bottom, starting with the Lokatron 5000. This is a 24-hour stream of all Loke Records music with a fun little robot giving you some tidbits and some facts. This was launched earlier in the month. I've spent a lot of time with it. You don't know what to listen to. You're doing something for a while. Maybe you're going for a drive. Maybe you're working at your desk. Maybe you're going to do the dishes and you just want to hear some music. Put on the Lokatron 5000. It's great. If you're a new Loki fan or you don't know the motherfucker at all, jump into the Lokatron 5000 and just kind of see what speaks to you, and the robot, the Lokatron himself, will be speaking to you.
Every track rips the surface off human comfort and throws it to the void.
Secondly, Loki also has the Shadowland Portals app. That's right, this motherfucker made an app himself. He didn't get Steve Jobs to make it. He didn't email, hey, Steve Jobs, make me an app. This motherfucker sat down at a computer and just created an app. And it's fucking sick. You're seeing screenshots of it flying across your screen right now. It's got all the new drops. It's got a music place. You can listen to music. It's got news, updates, everything that basically, like, if you want to just detach from social media, but you want to keep up with Loki, great way to do it. the Portals app. You can ask questions to the oracles through there. You can listen to your favorite songs. Batty Bat is going to be doing Sunday video game streams every Sunday night. She's going to just be playing some games, talking to you, so that's going to be a hoot. Loki's got a new podcast coming called Voices from Beyond. That's going to debut June 4th. So a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. Along with the Portals app, kind of a supplement to it is the Circle, a new Patreon Loki started, where you get access to a bunch of stuff. First off, though, you get access to just a huge database vault of footage. So I have joined this thing because I'm a history buff. I'm a little nut for this kind of crap. There's a bunch of live sets, full live sets, dating back to 2007. So we've got like Mission Infect live sets, Loki solo live sets from way back in the day, up through 2018. There's also the Curse VHS tapes, which are basically old camcorder footage that those guys shot way back. I think the stuff that's posted now, Curse VHS #1, is like Mission Infect fucking around, getting drunk, causing trouble footage from like 2007, 2008. I would recommend it. There's 2 tiers. There's a $5 tier and a $20 tier. Do what you can, do what you will, but I'm saying I've got that $20 boy, and there's some fire stuff there that I didn't even know existed. So do what you will. And then finally, there's a brand new YouTube page under this umbrella, Shadowland Universes. Now this is interesting. This is a brand new platform on YouTube with a bunch of content. Loki himself reached out to a bunch of creators. We got DC Fago Guy.
What up, y'all? Welcome to Shadowland Offerings. I am DC Fago Guy. Welcome to Shadowland Offerings. This series right here is going to be me going over the release schedule dropped by Loki. This is going to be me giving my thoughts on the things that are being announced. Kind of maybe speculate a little bit on what it could be.
Juggalo YouTube legend, I'm going to say. He would maybe be humble about it. I'm not going to let him. He's been on that fucking YouTube for like 10 years or more. This motherfucker's been in the game. He's got his stripes. And Loki knew about those stripes and said, hey, you want to come over here to Shadowland Universes? And DC, if I was to guess, said like, yeah, or whatever. That's not a good impression. He doesn't sound like a weird dork like that. But he said yes. So he's over there doing rundowns of the Loki schedules. He's doing reaction videos. I think he's got some reviews in the works. So DC is locked in on there. And we've got Nightshade.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Nightshade, and today we're going to be looking at the brand new sculpt of the Cthulhu mask.
Now, if you're not familiar with Nightshade, he is he does a bunch of stuff, but he came across my desk. I got to know him as a mask reviewer for some time now. He's been reviewing low-key masks, a lot of ghost face masks, various horror masks. He reviews masks as well as horror movies and things like that. But for the Shadowland Universes, he is going to be reviewing low-key masks, which is super cool. Nightshade does great work. I'm excited to see him thrive in Shadowland Universes. And something that's honestly not been announced or stated anywhere yet. This is a secret of secrets. I think like 4 people are aware of this at this point. Who else is joining the Shadowland Universe team? Ya boy, Daddy Diftug himself, Robbie, your host, is doing interview content and stuff over there. So I am going to continue, obviously, to do it for the underground. This is my life's heart of work. I don't know what that means. This is my bread and butter. You know, I'm never going to stop doing this. I am going to stop doing this at some point because, I will die. We all will. And I won't be making content after that. Shadowland Universes is not going to get in the way of Do It for the Underground, I guess is what I'm saying. Our content's going to stay as is. I'm going to keep doing this the same way as always. Monthly drops. All the content you want from Do It for the Underground is staying as is. But also, I'm just going to be more busy because I'm also going to be doing interviews for Shadowland Universes. And I'm going to eventually, pretty soon here, start a Loki deep dive series where I'm going to talk to Loki about his career and history and discography. And we're just going to go front to back, early days to today. And it will take, if we do it right, it'll take maybe years, but it'll be sick. And I can't wait to start working on that. So far, what I've done for the channel is interviews, long form interviews. The first one is set to drop on June 1st. I sat down for about 45 minutes with Kung Fu Vampire, the man, as well as his drummer, Action Paxton, who collectively, you know, they are the live entity that is Kung Fu Vampire. They swung through Portland. I sat with them in their hotel room and talked to them for a good 45 minutes about basically the history of Kung Fu Vampire, his career, the group's career, and just where it started, the trajectory, all that shit. So if you want to know anything about the history of Kung Fu Vampire, check that out on the Shadowland Universes YouTube page. And, well, because I did it, do you want a little sneak peek? You want to see just a little bit? Just a little bit? Okay, so it's a 45-minute thing. I'm going to show you like 2 to 5 minutes. Just a teaser. Just a little, get your mouth wet. What the fuck is the phrase? Wet your palate. I'm going to get your mouth wet, baby. So here it is. Just a little sample of my interview with Kung Fu Vampire, which you can find on the Shadowland Universes YouTube page, June 1st. Here it is. Right here. First ever premiere. First ever little acknowledgement that this is a thing. Right here on Do It for the Underground. You were kind of adopted into like the Juggalo subculture, but as an outsider, and I don't mean that in any kind of disparaging way, but like it doesn't seem like where this project was bred.
Not at all. I didn't know what it was. Yeah. It's totally separate. We were adopted, and there's been so much positives to come from this, and we're just grateful to have like an actual fan base. Who knows where I would have been? Like who knows? Could have been way bigger because I didn't get into a subculture, or I could have been never had anything happen because I was so weird.
Yeah.
So having some fan base go, hey, you're like us, kind of, like, come over here. They dragged me over.
Hey, vampire.
Yeah. It was 100% adopted. I had nothing to do with any of that. Like, they said, you're one of us.
That's kind of the coolest way to do that, I feel like, because you can still kind of traffic in various worlds.
It's just super organic to me. It's real. It's genuine.
It's appreciation for what you do. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no like pandering to that thing. It's just they see art.
Unfortunately, I did the opposite. I did the opposite of pandering. I would probably be more successful if I pandered, you know. But literally the second I was involved in that, I stopped painting my face. Literally the same year, you know.
And what was the decision there?
I didn't know people were painting the face. I didn't know there was a whole genre. Mm-hmm. I've heard of ICP, but I didn't know they were like a cult following. I just knew that they were like a 90s band that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. You know, that wasn't my thing. Again, going back to like, you know, liking Busta Rhymes and NWA, that's not really, I didn't love ICP. I wasn't exposed to it. And so being a San Jose guy, there's no ICP fans there. Mm-hmm. And by saying no, I mean, sure, there's 50.
Right.
Okay, 200.
Yeah.
Well, there's 1.3 million people in the city. So I never met anyone who liked ICP. So it was really cool to find out that there was this whole fan base of like face paint and theatrics. But I didn't know that that's what I was doing. I thought I was kind of like a Marilyn Manson White Zombie of rap type thing.
Totally.
Yes, I didn't know.
The earth crumbles to the sounds of Maisie 666 and Bankhard beats as Doc Gruesome unleashes the Script Keeper, featuring 2 brand new lines of super premium merchandise, including skateboards, motocross jerseys, and an entire line of vintage acid wash style shirts, hoodies, and long sleeves.
Don't pretend to fuck with me now, I'm on my way down. Out of luck, on the edge of a breakdown. I'm feeling stuck in the mud with no way out. But I'm coming up in the game, I never lay down. I've been on my own all my goddamn life. I've been fucking up my home, notice something ain't right. I've been pushing them away, I can't help myself. I don't know what to say, guess I was feeling myself. Want you to see my
Bundles and items available via pre-order only, so cash those checks and hit those street corners and get over to serversclick.com today.
What the fuck is up, y'all? I'm Fatz King. This is Do It for the Underground, and I am on site in Limbus for the Gods of Evil Rise release party tonight. In the 4 years that we've been waiting for Gods of Evil Rise, do you believe that it's lived up to the expectation?
I think so. It sounded like a Lost Joker's card. It was like a continuation of where like Mikey Clark left off, and I think that's sick.
Blew my expectations, dude. The sound, the lyrics. I get goosebumps listening to this shit. To me, it's similar to what they've done, but at the same time, it's different. Like their flows and their patterns and different things that they've done. It's different. The whole thing's sick as fuck. I think it lives up to the hype.
I've heard like bits and pieces, well, a lot of it over the course of the fucking 4 years and shit, but dude, I've listened to it like 12 fucking times. It's fucking amazing. I sucked all of them off earlier about it. It was fucking great. They said thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's your Uncle fucking Lee, and I'm here to talk to you about the recent blasphemy that just dropped and enriched your life with all the horrorcore hunky goodness that you fucking need. And that shit's called Gods of Evil Rise. And tonight, here in Columbus, we're gonna celebrate till we fucking levitate. I'm gonna make you fly, baby. It's a big relief. I'll be honest with you, I used to get so pissed off about this record that I used to not even try to think about it. I got sick and tired of people asking when it was going to come out and not having that answer and feeling guilt from that. But also, I got tired of the swirling fucking enigmatic voices that I kept hearing echo throughout my head, knowing that I needed to release this on the masses. And that's why the Hooligan Horde is amassing tonight here in C-Bus, because we're about to bus on the fucking underground. Once again, the old guards are back. Nice to meet you, my name is Lee. Welcome to my home. I live here with all my brothers. I told them leave us alone. So I can find out from the rock command. His name is Madness. Mustache collects the third up off the floor. I'll take your back place and on the back. That's why I call him. I got him, boys. Fresh ingredients. You think I take you somewhere decent? You must be dreaming. Picture the main course. So with the brain first. So with the chain sport. Every night into the party. I can't wait for dessert. My stomach hurts. There's the handshake. Kevin is the couch. The door is always open and you're welcome to our house. Adam is an armchair. Carlene is the curse. We're having you for dinner, and there's one thing that's for certain is I can't wait until we sit on fridge.
As somebody who comes from the old school, knows what the name Mikey Clark really means, how fucking amazing is this? How did this even happen?
It's like horrorcore Avatar.
Right?
Nah, man, I mean, it goes without saying, like, working with Mike was like, it's kind of like being a student at Hogwarts and like getting to fucking chill with fucking Dumbledore or some shit. It's like, he is the epicenter. To me, he's the Citadel accolade goalpost of the kind of production that you would aim for being in this specific genre and being somebody who really entrenches themselves in all things underground, horrorcore, juggalo, Zooligan, whatever the fuck you want to consider yourself.
It's all one umbrella, baby.
No matter what label you want to put on yourself, no matter what you celebrate yourself as, you know who Michael E. Clark is, and he's absolute fucking wizard beyond. And I think the album is a pure testament to that. As an artist, I've never felt myself like be challenged. I've been challenged by production before, but this was like every single song. I felt like I had to almost, I don't know, man. I was like in a feature with another rapper, but it was the production itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not going to let him smoke me on my own fucking track. But you got no choice when it's Mike dropping the beats, because he's that prevalent, he's that prominent, he's that producer. So fucking horns up to him forever.
I bite my time making things out of bases that keep me down in the basement, but let me out on occasion sometimes. Just to hunt them, sometimes to count them. I remember the first, it was a wife and a husband to be. I beat to death and they sleep. I had a punch in the meat. I made a necklace from the trunks and the teeth. You can say we seem unstable. If you could, you call us evil. What you stole is now a candle on a table made of people.
Is it what you wanted when you set out to start this idea?
Fuck, man. I mean, I think that you can't hear that record. If you really listen to it and ingest it, I think that it speaks for itself on the amount of fun we had making the bitch. And like truly now that it's out and that like stigma and curse, if you will, is gone from the project, it feels like it's everything that I could have encapsulated like as a fucking 15-year-old Judd watching fucking Twisted and ICP work with him. It was just like one day, I told myself that's going to be me one day, and no fucking shit, you know, through the power of fucking Satan and all things dark magic, I found myself celebrating that very thing that I wished for.
I'm sure GOER
sold my soul for it, and he was listening. Kids at home, he's always listening. Don't lose the faith.
You'll never take me alive. I'm going on a suicide drive. So the music, yeah, they jumped up from a trash can. Pop through everybody as I bust up on the dash can. Speed bumps, blood shots, wrapped around the cigarette. You never know, get to get us to the liquor store.
It felt like you guys turned it up another level to this.
Well, I feel like that is also another testament, you know, since we're such religious figures, we're full of testaments. And this album is yet again another testament to how me and my brothers in Blasphemy and Blood consistently fucking bring it, and we pour our entire goddamn souls in it. And you gotta listen to me and listen good. This is some free fucking advice for anybody out there that's trying to do this shit. You gotta be able to spit. The wicked shit requires that you rap. If you're gonna be an underground rapper, you have to be a rapper first and foremost. Your Uncle Lee's always preached it. You gotta come with the fucking bars, all right? So make sure you're working on your craft before you're working on your gimmick.
Put these motherfuckers up. It's not suicide that a trap copy and paste it. Taste it, tough, tear it up and just taste it. The human race is basically a septic tank. That's why I leave a mass niggas selling soup by the river bank. Fully loaded like the West Store shells. We don't got the hooligans in the shopping cart to hell. The seven is a shell in the cars of the temple. And not to let you slowly it's skeletons and symbols.
A lot of new hooligans are being birthed on this record. You guys are.
You can hear them being birthed today, actually.
You guys are sitting in the top 20 on iTunes charts. That,
what?
As an underground record.
It was 9 earlier.
Fuck it. Oh, it was 9 earlier.
On the hip hop charts, yep.
You're
You guys were
between
number
9 and 13. Think of that number, right?
On the hip hop charts.
And that's where you guys are living right now. And
All right.
thank you, Zooligans, and all of us who did that. Thank you very much. But the new Zooligans, what can you tell them about the future that's coming?
I can tell them that the future that is coming is it's them collectively coming on the expectations of anybody that wants to challenge the stat quo of what the underground is about. Welcome to the fucking church, first and foremost. I am your Uncle Lee, and not the kind of uncle that takes you behind the watershed. I'm the kind of uncle that teaches you something. Not the belt buckle uncle, so to speak, but more of the, like, give you a beer and, like, dispense some fucking wisdom while I let you hit the blunt. Don't tell mama. I also want to tell you that this is more than a fucking t-shirt. It's more than a $250 fucking show. It's more than a tattoo. It's more than anything you can comprehend. It's a constant blood bond between you and the blasphemous. Us and you. We are the church and we are fucking one. It's not a song. It's a way of goddamn life.
If you're a Hooligan in this bitch, make some goddamn noise!
What's your favorite song so far? Dude, probably From the Heart. Laying there listening to it when I woke up. That's good. Fucking. And I told Joe this earlier that he's a bitch. But fucking. And Joe's like, you're probably about to cry in this verse. I was like, fuck you, man. Like, call me out my.
Call me out, Joe. Fuck.
In front of my bed. Fuck you, dude.
It's like my only purpose is to write something dope, but every word I write is to my suicide note. Let's see how deep this deep it can go. Instinct this ink pen deep in my throat. Worlds apart and never in tune. I'm only happy in the dark of a smoke-filled room. Thought I know it love, but I'm just a dumb buck. Just a fuck up, so I stay locked up. No pad in my lap, goddamn in my heart. Now refer back to that second bar. Life's a burden, it's not easy for me, but you fuckers give me purpose and a reason to be. You're all probably about to cry, so I'll leave it at this. You're my reason to die, and that's a reason to live. But like I said, every lyric is a bullet. Mind on the trigger, and I'm about to pull it. So write another song and get us out of one. This one comes straight from the heart if I had one. So write another song and get us out of one.
they don't understand it. Every second we spend together, never taken for granted. I said it before, and I say it again. If you're claiming you're a again until the very end of your time, let me remind you of a lifelong debt. I'm loving you forever, even if we never met. You can bet I got your back when the blood blending in. Had a body in the back of the Honda, so never fear. That's long you were there, but our faces are forever. The skyline and give us a treasure regardless of the weather. We're together right now, so make it a sad one. This way comes straight from the heart. If I had one, so write another song, make it a sad one. This way comes straight from the heart. If I had one. If you know this shit, sing it. This is for the lost and the lonely ones. No, you're not a lost, we're the only ones. Now live on my life because I love it. I survive against my better judgment. This is for the lost and the lonely ones. No, you're not a lost, we're the only ones. Now live in my life because I love it. I'll survive against my better judgment. For your heart, I'm determined to say none of us are perfect, that's perfectly okay. And in some kind of way, I hope you can relate. Shit never stayed the same, things always change. But no matter what mental state we stay in, it's all about the journey and not the destination. Money is nice and so is admiration, but those come and go. So my main motivation is to inspire those who need it the most. The outcast called creepy and gross, as I know. World shit, you ain't gotta walk it alone. Find a church, you can call it your home. I wrote this song for those that sit alone and wait for the music to revive and escape. We in the zone, and this is for the people that have passed on. Good times never last long. All the people that you had and that you had on. For you, we sing another sad song. So let's get into this motherfucker, bro. Put your goddamn hearts on. So write another song, make it a sad one. This one comes straight from the heart. So write another song, make it a sad one. This one comes straight from the heart. So write another song, make it a sad one. This one comes straight from the heart. If I had one. So write another song, make it a sad one. This one comes straight from the heart. If I had one. So write another song, make it a sad one. This one comes straight from the heart.
So we finally did it. The record that's fully produced by Mikey Clark is finally in your hands. And when I tell you it was a fucking difficult process to get there, I mean it. Thank you guys for staying with us, okay? I know we lied dormant for a long time, but that's for good reason. We're 10 years deep in this shit, and I feel like we've only just begun. Thank you, motherfuckers, for being a part of this shit. If you didn't know, it's long live evil over everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our show. How did you like that? Lee Carver on Do It for the Underground? We've had now 2 of 3 Zools. I don't think they go by Zools, but it's my show, baby. Fuck off. And this is just a beautiful segue. I couldn't dream of a better segue into the new music roundup. That's right. New music roundup. New music roundup. New music roundup. New music roundup. That's the new theme song for it I've been working on. Really workshopping it. Sent it around to a few songwriters, major LA players. I don't know. I think it's almost there, but I think it needs just a little work. But anyway, yeah. So write me a letter and let me know if you think that's a good song. Anyway, speaking of the new music roundup, it's time for the new music roundup. That's why I mentioned it. We're going to start it off with obviously the fucking big boy news. Gods of Evil Rise. Are you kidding me? It's out. I mean, that's fucking, what else do you want? It's out. Gods of Evil Rise. Alla Xul Elu, Mikey Clark. I mean, this thing has been 4 years in the making, or in the making of being released. You know what I mean? This thing's real. We have it. I've heard it a bunch of times. There was a point where I didn't know if that was going to be a thing I would ever say. So yeah, it's out there. You can hear it now. You should hear it now. And here's why. Let me tell you about it. This record's fucking great. This is the most musical Xul album, I would say, ever. And that maybe like you're like, what does that mean? All their albums are music. It's music. They're a music band, music group. They make music. Yeah, but they've never made music like this. I mean, the hooks are next level. They're the beats are so intricate. I mean, you know Mikey Clark. There's so many layers and little sounds and blips and bloops of these things. The vocal stacking and production is crazy. Mike brought out a side of these guys that I had never seen before. We got a hint of it, I would say, on Mausoleum. I would say, like, trajectory wise, you know, going from like something like the Almighty, Psycho, like the more boom bap hip hop stuff. I would say Mausoleum was a bridge to this almost, in that there's more rock elements, there's more instrumentation, there's more, not, I mean, like, rock is a weird word to use because it's not like chuggy guitars or anything like that you might expect from, you know, if you know, like certain Mikey Clark productions like Amazing Jekyll Brothers or something like that. It's not like that. Honestly, what it sounds like is Alla Xul Elu making a Joker's card. You know what I mean? And not in a derivative shitty way, not in a like they set out to, you know, copy anything. It's just, it's got that flow, it's got that structure. It opens with a skit that kind of puts us into the world of the entire album, and we end on a lengthy outro that kind of, it's really fucking cool. I don't know, like, that's not a very thoughtful way to put it, but like, this is an album front to back. Premise wise, you've heard Mausoleum. Let's take it even further back. Church of Xul puts us in the setting, tells us, you know, there is a Church of Xul, seemingly in some creepy woods or something. That's where all the horrible things Xul does take place.
Knock on the door to prove you two chicken shits. This is just some urban legend. Fucking a la hoopty zoo nonsense. Oh shit, he's doing it. What are you doing? Come on, let's go. You aren't the first lost souls to enter these hallowed halls. As a matter of fact, you're not even our first guests tonight.
Beginning of Mausoleum, villagers, country folk, town folk burn the church down with Xul inside, killing them.
David here leans back with the Lord's might and casts these devils down in the flame. You may proceed, David. Hallelujah! Now go and burn, you fat bastards!
And then the gods of evil rise. So this opens with, you know, a newscast, Joe Black as newscaster, and there's a flood of blood. It's raining blood and flooding the earth, basically, and Xul are out for revenge. It's fucking crazy. It's one of the coolest premises I've heard on a horrorcore record ever. And it carries out throughout the album. It's just villainous destruction for an hour, you know? And then it ends with a little tender moment. You heard it just my neck is, this hurts. You heard it just a minute ago. From the heart. Holy cow. These guys have made songs like this before a little bit. I would say something like Hooligans, obviously, is a love letter to the fans kind of song.
But in the grand scheme, money is worthless. Could have never earned a damn thing. Y'all made it worth it. You got a homie of me. I'll always only be just a song away, even on your darkest day.
But they took that energy, which was kind of a fun, goofy little song, and turned it into like a ICP pass me by kind of song. You know what I mean? There's like pianos tinkling. Are these pianos pissing or shining? I'm not sure. But the pianos are doing what they do. There's the female vocals toward the end, giving it a new bridge, you know, like a crystal ball kind of way. The ICP is all over this, but again, not in a derivative way, in a inspired way, in a, obviously we are old school juggalos, we came from this world, we were inspired by this is our stab, no pun intended, at making this kind of an album with the guy that makes these kind of albums, you know what I mean? And they fucking killed it. God's Will Rise is worth the wait. It's a brilliant little piece of music. Tracks like The Saints.
You made your bed, now get laid to rest.
You slept on the patron saints of death, so it's time to collect. Take the soul from your eyes. I'm the overseer, I'll be overseeing your demise. Still, I'm capable of much worse. Tell me it isn't true. Stay deranged, never change. Take a second to explain. There's no us without you.
Paint the Town Red, Horns Over Halos, Till We Meet, From the Heart, The Cleansing. Like, you're not going to be disappointed. And if you, for whatever reason, I feel like we don't have a big audience for this, but if for whatever reason you were like, I don't know about those guys, you know, Zool, I don't know, Masks, I don't know, MNE, I don't know. Shut up. This is like really, really good. If you're just an old school ICP head, you're going to find some shit to fucking love about this record. And I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you would deprive yourself of that. I'm giving this baby a 5-star rating. Gods of Evil Rise. I don't even do out of 5 ratings. I just figured you needed to know how good it was. Shit's crazy. I can't wait to see where Zool goes from here. This leveled up so much of what they do that they could do just about anything at this point, and I wouldn't be surprised. They could go back to just a straight up hip hop record next. They could make a fucking new metal record. Sure, whatever. Just go. Be creative. Diff Tug, stamp of approval on Gods of Evil Rise. Go pick it up. You will not be disappointed. But Zool aren't the only people out here in the underground dropping fire-ass records. Ouija Macc. Have you heard of him? You've probably heard of him. It'd be weird if you were watching the show and you've never heard of Ouija Macc. He dropped his new album, Chlorine, and boy, howdy, is it a banger. This is probably my personal favorite Ouija Macc album since Dark Planet, I want to say. They took kind of the formula Ouija and Devereaux have been working with over the past handful of records, you know, heavy Memphis inspiration, heavy funk inspiration, and they added something a little darker and more sinister into the beats. There's some like out of tune piano sounds.
Do I got time for your bullshit?
No.
This is how the thing go, bitch. I don't think so. Bankroll next to the shank in my Jankos. Nutsack hang till it chafe on my ankles.
There's some really cool production flourishes here that I think take this and kind of elevate it above the recent stuff he's been doing. I think he's been in a really cool pocket, and I think they just took it and went, okay, now let's add this little splash of spice to it, and it's great. I really, really like this one a lot. It starts off crazy with Creepy Crawler and Miyazaki back to back, both really dark, kind of creepy songs.
Of course, it's the corpse with the torch. Keys to the church, but to open up all of the doors. Something calling me to the north, keep us follow me to the source. You ain't never tapped into my frequency before.
And then we get into Wicked Shit, the first single, which all the singles here really pop, really shine. Sometimes with Ouija Macc, the way his music works, the singles don't always do it for me. You know, I'll be like, yeah, pretty cool song. Like, sure, sounds like Ouija Macc. And then when I hear it in the album, I'm like, oh, it's a whole thing. They all flow together like albums should, you know. And I don't think Ouija Macc gets credit for creating albums that work front to back, and I think this is one of them, and I think the fact that the singles sound so much better in context is proof of that. Other highlights here: House of a Thousand Doors is crazy.
But pay attention, cause I'm only gonna say it once. Ring the doorbell, someone's coming out. And that's kinda what the whole fucking show's about. Only these motherfuckers ain't playing. Pick a door, any door, you'll see what I'm saying. Don't fuck it up, you may never get another chance. If you leave, then it's probably in an ambulance.
Door number 6.
Bad choice, bitch. That's where Lenny Mama let you puncture your what's up, I guess.
This is an ICP song. You know what I mean? It's the premise is like a game show where you open various doors and see what's on the other side, and it's often a bad thing, kind of reminiscent of Joker's Wild. If you're picking up a theme here between this and Gods of Evil Rise, and honestly, like, you could put this on like Clockwork E's Anubis, or even like SON's The Bastard Son. The ICP influence in this scene, obviously it's always been fucking prevalent, you know what I mean? Like, there have been straight up rip-off ICP acts since the dawn of time. What I think is really cool, and I think a really cool thing to kind of put these two records, Gods of Evil Rise and Chlorine, Ouija's Chlorine, in a box together, is that like the ICP influence is so strong these days, but it's so well done. It's not a bunch of people saying, let's put on face paint and pretend to be ICP, which has been going on since the late 90s, at least, you know. This is people saying in a very like the way music history has always worked kind of way. This is people taking the influence musically and thematically and all that and working it into their own organic thing, which I think is how it should go. This is how subgenres and subcultures develop. You know, you take the seed of it, the core, and flesh it out and build new stuff with those bones. And I think what Ouija's doing here, what Xul did on Gods Will Rise, and again, what Clockwork did on Anubis, what SON is doing on The Bastard Son, they took those bones and they're building beautiful art with it that I think in a way I don't think we've ever seen executed so well in this scene. You know, I don't think we've ever seen so many acts kind of taking that nugget of ICP influence and turning it into a unique, one of a kind thing that only that act could do. You know, I think that's a special time we're in right now. And maybe ICP's newfound popularity through TikTok and stuff is like part of that a little bit. Although I think Gods Will Rise maybe was even made before that started. But we're just in a really cool time where I think people are really acknowledging their influences without being corny about it, you know? And anyway, that's a fucking tangent and a half. But House of a Thousand Doors put me there in my head, you know, juxtaposing these two records, these two, like, from the kind of the poles of the scene from Alla Xul Elu and Ouija Macc. They're, you know, I wouldn't say they're in opposition, but they're on opposite sides of a coin doing things with the same roots and influence. And I think that's like a path forward. You know, I think that is maybe how we continue this subculture for decades to come. You know, I mean, none of the guys that started it are going to live forever, obviously, but their influence can live forever and the culture they developed can live forever through this music, through the inspiration, through these sounds, through these themes. And yeah, I'm fucking here for it. I think it's great. And then tangent aside, back to Chlorine. Would It Be All Right is a classic Ouija Macc, sad boy, emo rap inspired, sing-songy little nugget, which is my favorite type of Ouija Macc. Those are my jams. Corruptus is one of my favorite Ouija projects. Dirtbag too. When he gets in his singing sad songs bag, I say, thank you, sir, and please can I have another? Take that out. Edit that. I love these kind of songs. Always stoked to have another one. And I think it's a great way to end this record. I think, like, I'm going to just say Chlorine, my favorite Ouija Macc record since Dark Planet. I think it's great. If you're a fair weather Ouija Macc fan, dig into this one. I think there's a lot to love here. And Ouija Macc also just announced a fucking nationwide tour. So dates on the screen. Go see that. I'm going to be at the Portland, Oregon date. Come say hi. I'll be getting some footage. We'll talk about it on the show. But that's not from months till now. So whatever. Chlorine, pick it up, check it out, enjoy it. We talked about this one a little bit last month because the single DDT was really making me smile. But the Hooligans, more specifically Fams and his son Inferno, made a banger of a little record together called Limbus. This is a little short and sweet, 30 some odd minute mother effer. Some of these tracks you've heard, DDT, like we talked about.
If I catch them talking blasphemy, I will not let it slide. Coming from the rafters like I'm super fly bandana tied.
Dead Man Walkin' came out last October. These have all been recent singles that you've heard on your favorite streaming platforms. And now the whole record's here. Limbus. This thing is really sick. I've been a Hooligans fan for a long time. I think they're, you know, kind of an undersung pillar of the scene. And this is a really good record. It gives me like White Trash Pope vibes. I think that was a really cool Fams solo record with really bass heavy production. And this is very much in that vein. The thing about Fams, I've noticed, that he does not give a fuck about your car stereo speakers. This motherfucker loves an insane bass. Some of the songs on here, like DDT for instance, hit crazy hard, the original streaming single version, and then he's gone in somehow and updated them to just knock harder. And like, I listened to the shit on headphones and I thought I was going to blow the speakers in my headphones. Like, Fams has a way of mixing bass that almost sounds wrong because it's so heavy, it's so bassy, so punchy, so I don't know the right words for it, but he did it again here. This album sounds insane. Some great features on here. We got Doc Gruesome, we got Stray, we got Nasty Ink. If you're looking for just a throw it on and drive around banger of a little record, this is your boy. The fact that it was produced by a 13-year-old is fucking insane. And if Inferno keeps this up, I mean, Jesus Christ, there's going to be decades of insane fucking bangers here. Took after his pops on the bass, and I think we're all the better for it. And we're going to speed around about 90 singles because the underground been dropping singles. There have been so many. First of all, McNasty is back. He's dropped 2 singles 2 weeks in a row now. Who knows, by this time there might be a third. First, he dropped Right Where I Belong.
Keep drinking, I keep smoking, singing the same songs all along. I guess I'm right where I belong. Maybe I'm broken, cause I'm singing the same songs all along. I guess I'm right where I belong.
Followed it up a week later with Under My Bills.
I've been trying to find myself. Got lost chasing fortune and fame. Now I sit cry by myself. On a mountain of dead in a castle I feel full of pain. All the things that I own that I owe for turned into change. Bury me under my bills when I go to my grave. The American dream is a pyramid scheme. It gets no realer to me. If you obsessed with your appearance, they appeal to your greed. For the worldly possessions, now you feel like you need a credit card and a wish list. That APR is not in your best interest.
These are both great McNasty songs. If we're on our way to an album, I will be very happy. We haven't had a proper McNasty album in ages, maybe a decade or more. Definitely a decade or more. So he's working towards a project. I'm excited. If he's not, I'll take the singles. You know what I mean? New McNasty in my playlist is always a positive. So yeah, shout out McNasty. These songs rip. Go check them out. Gmo Ski. He's been a little quiet for a while. He's had an album ready to come out for some time now called Huckleberry Filth. It's finally rolling out. He dropped the first single, The Last Straw, which has an accompanying music video.
I am something different. If you see a dead deer carcass with the stomach missing, I'm the one who did it. And I don't rock with these rappers. Fuck them bitches trying to fight me. You need to fight that drug addiction. They want me to stop spitting about fist fucking women, but only on one condition. I can punch a Christian. I listened to your album and that shit stunk of chitlins. What convinced you it was actually nice? And what dimension?
A little angry Gmo. He posted a note on Facebook recently basically outlining what the Huckleberry Filth album is, and I was pretty surprised to read it. It was him basically saying that he's been fishing a lot lately, which I did know from following him, but he got really into fishing over the past few years. Fishing gave him a lot of time to think, because fishing is a long, slow game where you sit alone for a long time. And basically he was saying, you know, he didn't realize in getting into it that it would allow him to be really like self-reflective and think about what makes him tick, so on and so forth. And this album is kind of what came of that. So the first single, this is just him being kind of pissed off, which is not that different from regular Gmo, but I think it's getting into some of like what makes him pissed off, and maybe throughout the album we'll get to like the roots of some of that, or I don't know. I want deep dive. I want psychoanalyzing himself Gmo on this. I think that's a really cool direction he could go. First single is a banger, and I think it is a good sign of things to come. So Gmo Ski, The Last Straw, check it out. Enoch Ex Mortis. We've talked about him on the show a little bit. I gave him a little one to watch tag a couple months ago, but this month he dropped his first single since that album. It's called Zero, X-E-R-O, because Ex Mortis spells stuff with X's. That's what this man does.
Beneath the streets, I just wanna be left alone. Reanimate the underground like I'm Jeffrey Combs. I stretch a dome, back with the best of flows. The microphone connected to me like an extra bone. Fuck the mainstream, somebody go and let them know. I got more talent in just one of my testicles. Bentley skeptical, rappers on the radio. Edward Scissorhands, I give a damn about the paper, bro.
It's the type of banger you have come to expect from Enoch. Ant G is featured on this track. His verse is great. So yeah, check it out. Zero by Enoch Ex Mortis. Doc Gruesome continuing to roll out Script Keeper, which is coming out in July. We got a new single from that one called Pain in Stereo. This is a really cool track, really rock influenced.
I can't help myself, I don't know what to say. Guess I was feeling myself. Want you to see my pain in stereo.
think if you liked his last record, Too Late for Love Songs, you're going to like this one. It's got some singing to it, but it's more rock. It's not like that was kind of a more like goth industrial sound. This is more rock. I think it's a really cool song, and I think you should check it out. Samson. Dirt Core's Samson. He's been on a roll for at least a year or two, dropping singles, group projects. He's just been busy. He's got a brand new single called Ghost in My Head that I think you're gonna love.
Jump out of bed, it's 3 in the morning. Witches in my mind, trying to give me warning. Others on the prowl, it wants to find me out. Supernatural, and they swirling all around. There's a ghost in my head. 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 There's a ghost in my head.
This is a really, really cool song. A lot of cool singing on it. The kind of thing that you've come to expect from Samson, but he keeps mutating it just a little bit to keep it interesting. And I think this is a really cool song. I think you're going to like it, and I think you should check it out. Hard Target and Dirty, the Trailer Made Boys, are here with a new single called Lot on My Mind.
Got a lot on my mind, so how do I decide if I should give a fuck about that? I refuse to be a geek that's on the internet just fighting over streams, arguing about some chips that ain't even dipped in cheese. Man, you're yapping about some appetizers, bitch, I'm trying to eat. Putting 40,000 miles around the country, rep the team. I get everybody's different, but I just don't get the dream. Being living room cool ain't what I set out to be. Shit starts moving slow, make it happen on my own, man. Wanna hit the road, so I went and got my own van.
They got a lot on their minds. They made a song about it. This is a cool song. It's a rap song. A lot of what Dirty has been doing in the last couple of years is kind of veered back and forth between like hip hop and country and like a little bit of country rap. This is a rap song. This is just a hip hop song. I would not say there's a lot of country in here, but I do think there's a lot of quality in here, and I think you should check it out. And this brings us to this month's one to watch. Who are we watching this month, baby? It's Scumbag Fred. That's right, Scumbag Fred. You might have heard of him. He's been on a lot of shows lately. He was at the Gods Will Rise release party. He dropped his new album, Rap Scallion, and you gotta check it out.
Rap Scallion. I'm with Lord Smorgasbord, and we in your state. Beetleborgs on the floor, I need more pay. What's in store with these whores? What you trying to do today? Smoke weed for sure, liquor poured, then we get some yay. Replace another vice with another vice. And me and my baby so locked in, I swear I met her in another life. I used to skate hard, back disaster on the quarter pipe. Why these bitches always trying to claim they borderline bipolar? I can see my visions folding out, got no time to waste. Sometimes I just sit inside the house and I contemplate.
This is a dark hip-hop record, I would say. I don't know that I would call it horrorcore, but he's got a gruff, aggressive voice and style. A little bit of a fuck you energy, which I know you're gonna like. I know you all like your little fuck you energy. I think this year you're gonna be seeing a lot of Scumbag Fred, and I think this is where you jump in. I mean, and look at the back catalog. There's some great stuff in there. But Rap Scallion, I think, is a worthy entry point to his catalog. I think you're going to find a lot to love here, and I think you're going to need to check it out.
I don't fuck with rappers that really just lie a lot. I'm drinking beer and it's not even 5 o'clock. Don't go act foolish, you don't want to die tonight. I'm about to drop $100 to get high tonight. Pussy ass nigga, you a cuck, you a simp, you a trick, you a motherfucking duck. I'ma go fuck on a slut, drop nuts on her, you know what, let me talk to you. Hang around town like a noose. When I'm on the road, I hate when I gotta poop. Hate fuck hoes when they put me in the mood. Bitch, go lose that shitty attitude. B&E a whooping nigga ass. Stone Cold Steve with the glass. Pass hash. Nigga, give me all of that cash. Don't make me have to go blast, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show. Did you like it? I hope so. If you didn't, I'm sorry. We did our best. Talked about a lot of new music. Talked about a lot of new apps. Talked about some apps. Well, how often do we talk about new apps? Almost never. You know, I'm never sitting here like, have you seen the Chili's app? You can order from it. We never do that on this show. This month we talked about apps, so that's a new wrinkle. As I mentioned up top, check out my interview with Kung Fu Vampire over on Loki's Shadowland Universes YouTube page, dropping June 1st. I'm really excited to be working with them over there. That's sort of a dream come true for me. Check out all the music we talked about in the new music roundup and more in the Diff Tug Radio playlist, which you can find links to in the description. We got it on Apple Music and Spotify. I'm updating that thing constantly. It's basically your go-to one-stop shop for new and cool music in the underground. There's a ton of shit there. I'm keeping it at about 65 songs. The newest stuff is right up top. So if you're like, what just dropped? Just push play. Let it run. If you're like, what's dropped recently in general, hit shuffle. There's a lot of stuff on there. I think it's worth your time. I work hard on it. I try to curate it the best I can. If you got tips, if you got complaints, send them to me. I love complaints. I love to hear you complain. So send me your complaints. The Do It for the Underground newsletter on Substack will be linked below. I have not written one in a minute because I've been working on a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Between keeping the playlists updated, working on this show, editing this show, doing interviews for Shadowland Universes. I haven't written a newsletter in a minute, but I will this week. Okay? There will be one coming out the week this drops. Let's say Friday. I'll drop one Friday. See what I care. I'll write one. I'll write a newsletter and send it to you. Link is in the description. Come back every month. We got a new show for you every single stinking month. Thank you to everyone that was included in this show, that was involved in any way. Thank you to Lee Carver. Thank you to Mr. Eight Legs. Thank you to Kung Fu Vampire. Thank you to you, the audience. You smell nice. I think your hair is cool. I think your accessories, you really know how to accessorize. The way you put that little extra touch every day before you go out into the world, I think is really commendable. And I think you're cute. And I think you deserve to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm fucking cute. I'm cool. I'm like a cool, cute person. And I believe in myself. Because you know what? I believe in you. Old Daddy Diff Tug here. I believe in you. And with that, I'll give you one of these. And surprise, a second one. Just because I'm feeling a little flirty today. And with that, come back to us next month in June for a brand new Do It for the Underground. We'll talk to you then. For now, goodbye.